The movie opens with a woman jumping off a bridge through the roof of a military truck. She then quickly eliminates a bunch of men. Her name is Isis. She then throws out the driver and takes control of the truck while avoiding gunshots to her pretty face. She did that with a powerful double-legged kick to the co-driver's jaw. She then drives to meet her gang. A man called Riker goes after them. He heard everything on the radio. They tried to eliminate him from 3 yards but failed to do so. They decide the best thing is to jump on the car and fight him with bare hands. The woman then blows them both up in the air. But somehow they both survive. And after some Tekken fighting, Riker puts a special bullet in his gun and shoots him in the eye, which seems to have done the job. Isis and her crew are back at the base, where a needy professor, who has betrayed his fellow humans, informs her that everything goes to plan, and that the portal which they need to be able to enslave humanity will be built soon. But he wants to be assured that his betrayal will be rewarded. Isis promises him that he is very important to them, and that eventually he will be greatly rewarded. Riker proves that he is dangerous once again at a coffee shop, where a teenager named Julie is being harassed by Tom and his friend. Tom wants to take her out, but Julie refuses. The rejection makes him even more pushy and grabby. Riker sees that and jumps in to help. After punching them a few times, they leave with their tails between their legs. The young teenager Julie is impressed by what she saw and is all over the much older Riker from then on. Later in the woods, Tom and his friend smoke a joint. They and 2 teenagers who were there hooking up witness something fall from the sky. As they come closer to check it out, Isis sneaks behind Tom and snaps his neck, while her sidekick Sartek killed Tom's friend. The 2 scared teenagers witness how Isis is giving the dead body to be used by Salen, a commander out of space. He came to make sure that Isis and her crew will finish the portal. Riker presents himself as a Fed to the sheriff, so he can get more information about what happened. Everybody thinks it's just a meteor. The sheriff dismisses the 2 teenagers who witnessed everything, saying that they were high as a kite. Back at the base, the commander was informed that Riker killed one of their men. This made him quite mad, as he asked that Riker should be brought to him alive. Riker goes back to the teenage girl for another coffee and to ask about a power plant. Julie tells him that there is in fact an old power plant that has been abandoned since the 90s. Later that day, Isis goes to that same coffee shop where she kills Julie's uncle and a random man with a chain. Her sidekick goes inside the coffee shop where he kills Julie's aunt and everybody else. Thinking they left no witnesses, they leave. But Julie miraculously survived and is super sad that her aunt and uncle died. Riker goes back to investigate. The sheriff informs him that Julie saw everything, but is not saying a word. Riker says that the teenager might talk to him, And he was right. She does tell him everything she saw. But she also wants him to take her with him because she has no one left now. Riker steals a police car and drives away with the only witness. The sheriff doesn't like that at all, so they go after him. Riker's explanation why he stole the car was that he needed to hear the police reports. After few miles, he leaves Julie by the road, all by herself.
You asshole!
Meanwhile, Isis and her crew are into a power plant, where they eliminate everyone while searching for some components that they can use for the portal. Riker then decides to reverse the police car and to shoot at the cops with a Uzi. Julie managed to get a lift back to town. She notices that the driver is into her. They get off the road, where after some making out with the driver, she manipulates him and steals his car.
Hey!
Riker finds Isis with the help of the cop radio and prepares his special bullets. He tries to surprise attack them, but is easily creeped on from behind by Isis and her soldiers. She tries to convince him to join them on the mission to conquer planet Earth, and reminds him that they are doing it because their planet dried up, so they need planet Earth for their species to survive. Riker says that there is another world without living beings that they can use, which Commander Salen is hiding from them. Isis doesn't believe him, so they get into a big shootout and fight, where Riker eventually shoots the psychic Sartek in the head. This makes Isis extra mad, and she blows him up again. But Riker survives, and is picked up by the teenager Julie.
Need a lift?
Yeah.
She takes him to his home, where they treat his wounds. She finds out he is an alien and that that's not his body. Then he tells her that his species need a new planet to survive, because their planet dried up, but it doesn't need to be Earth. They are interrupted by Isis and her crew. Riker times a bomb for them and they manage to escape. Back at the base, Isis tells the commander that her psychic Sartak is dead, and that Riker has escaped. But she promises she'll find him that same night. While on the run, Julie wants Riker to take her with him. She tells him how her parents died in a plane crash, but he refuses because it's dangerous. Then she tries to manipulate him with tears. He sees right through it, but offers her to use her super manipulation powers to stop the upcoming truck. She does that perfectly. They lie to the truck driver that they are father and daughter. He doesn't buy it, but decides not to tell them anything. They drive for a while and eventually stop at a diner to eat something. They plan to steal the truck when the driver goes to the bathroom, but are interrupted by Isis and her crew again. They make a run for the back door, where Julie makes her first kill. They get in a car and barely escape Isis, who can't manage to hit them from 5 yards. Riker and Julie hide in a motel. She finds out that Commander Salen is building a gateway between their planets, so that he can send thousands of soldiers who will conquer and eliminate humanity. Later, Julie tries to manipulate Riker into making love to her, but he refuses and tells her she is not her type. I'm not kidding. Listen for yourself.
You want me?
I'm not of your world.
That's not what I asked you. Do you want to make love to me?
You're not my type.
The bad guys find them in the motel and are sneaking up to their room. Riker senses them and he goes through a wall to fight them. They fight strongly, but eventually they manage to kidnap Julie. They bring her to Isis, where she's used as bait for Riker. The creepy professor sees that Julie is tied up and tries to use her.
You be nice to me, and I'm going to help you get out of here.
But Isis interrupts them.
You're in the control room.
Roger that. I was making sure that these were tight.
Give me a human word to describe him. Loser. I like it.
I'd have to think of something different to describe you. Scum.
Riker arrives to save Julie. He slowly penetrates deeper into the base, where he plants a few bombs. But suddenly, Julie just pops up in front of him. Surprised, Riker explains to her how to find a ladder which will take her outside, but she doesn't want to go without him. While they argue, Isis, Commander Salen, and their goons surround him. Riker confronts Salen about other planets that they can use instead of Earth, but Salen admits that his actual goal is to exterminate humans. Riker then gets rid of the soldiers quite easily, but is shot by Salen. He orders Isis to finish him off, but she can't do it, instead orders to be taken in a cell. Just before Salen is able to use the portal to bring back thousands more soldiers, Riker fights back and ruins his plan. He tries to convince Isis to come back to her senses, but she refuses, saying it's too late. Instead, she decides that she does want to kill him after all, accusing him of betrayal. She beats him with a chain while Julie watches. Eventually, Julie slides him a gun, and Riker tries to reason one last time with Isis, before he shoots her in the eye. Riker then explains to Julie that she needs to hit the button and run like hell to destroy the gateway. She is sad that he is leaving and asks him if they will see each other again. He tells her he needs to return and find a way to save his race. So the answer is no, they won't see each other again. As he is about to enter the portal, he reminds her one last time what to do. The teenager goes after him and kisses him off guard. They share a romantic moment, and he heals the wound on her hand before disappearing through the portal. Julie then does as she's been told. But she doesn't know that the teleportation has failed because the portal is overloaded. So she blows Riker up. She escapes outside by running like hell, where the sheriff meets her. She throws one last meaningful look at the sky without knowing what she just did.